I've noticed that relatively little is known about diplomats. Most of the time, we don't see diplomats as protagonists in most works, and we don't know much about them. This is even more true in our own country, where we don't meet or know anyone involved in diplomacy. The only time they do is when they go to a foreign country and they go to the embassy of that country. When I'm in a country other than my own, the embassy can play an important role for me, so I'm more likely to meet them. Because of that experience, I felt like diplomats were even more secretive, but now I know a little bit about them. I'm sure the Netflix show The Diplomat was a bit different from what an actual diplomat does. I think it was a mix of what diplomats do and what intelligence agencies do. Kate Carey Russell is a government employee who works abroad with her husband, Wyler Rufus Sewell. They're both traveling to different countries doing diplomatic work, and sometimes they're apart. While Kate is more of a hands-on type, Wyler is more of a socializing and negotiating type, like a real diplomat. Kate is supposed to be going to Afghanistan, and all of a sudden the White House tells her to go to London. The UK is an ally and the most important country for the US, and they want her to be the ambassador there. At first, I thought it was Wyler who was going, because he's the ambassador to the United Kingdom, not a task force member. Moreover, the reason Kate was going to London was to test the waters at the White House. The current vice president was having a lot of problems and was about to resign, so she was chosen to be a hands-on person. Unbeknownst to Kate, she's going to London, a place she doesn't want to go. At the embassy, Mr. Hayford Otto Essendo knows about this and tries to help Kate as much as he can. What brings her to the British embassy is the death of a soldier in the British fleet in an unexplained incident. There are rumors that Iran is connected to this, and it's Kate's job to solve it. This is where the drama really got interesting, gating the roles of diplomat and informant. Even I, who doesn't know much about ambassadorship, realize that what Kate is doing is not a typical ambassador's role at all. An ambassador is someone who attends various events and acts in the UK on behalf of the US. Kate doesn't even bother with formal etiquette, and her clothes are completely out of character for an ambassador. He even insists on wearing black pants all the time, because they're comfortable and if something happens to him, he won't have to worry about it because they're black. She even refuses to wear clothes provided by the embassy residents, hates skirts even more, and tries to skip events. All the while, she's trying to get the truth about what's going on and how the British are trying to sanction Iran. The CIA is also present in the embassy, so along with Idra Park Ali Ann, they don't trust each other and track down the facts separately. Kate's been around for a long time, working in a lot of different countries, and she's a very hands-on person, so she has a lot of sources. From the embassy's point of view, Kate is not a welcome sight, as she runs and does everything herself. The ambassador is supposed to be directing, making decisions, going to official events, being the face of the country. And she's not doing that at all, and she's running around and trying to fix this whole thing about the UK wanting to sanction Iran. Because the UK sanctions Iran, the US is going to be in trouble, and it's going to complicate the Middle East in a lot of ways. Add to that the fact that Wyler is always acting like a diplomat and not just an ambassador's spouse, which is a problem. That puts her and Kate at odds with each other, but it also allows her to use her diplomatic contacts to get things done. Throughout the show, Wyler is a constant presence, both a source of strength and trouble for Kate. There's a scene in the beginning of the drama where Kate puts her arm up and Wyler puts his nose in her armpit and says she doesn't smell. It feels very different from Korea, and it's a relationship where each person tells the other everything. Contrary to that first impression, their relationship is very strange and secrets are revealed in the middle. An important character is Austin David Giassi, the British Foreign Secretary, who works with Kate on a number of things. It keeps you focused and on edge as the drama unfolds. The British Prime Minister, the Foreign Secretary, the President of the United States, and even the Secretary of State. To make sure Gates doesn't get into diplomatic trouble. I don't even know if Kate is an ambassador or the CIA, which makes it all the more interesting because it's so high level. I didn't realize there were 8 episodes and was even more surprised by the rather shocking end, so I can't wait for the next season.